My name is Katie and welcome to Baking Butterly Love. In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to make Swiss meringue buttercream. Swiss meringue buttercream is a great frosting for cakes because it's super smooth and creamy in texture, but it's also sturdy enough for piping decorations. I also really love it because it's not overly sweet. Alright, so let's get started. To start off, you'll need eggs, granulated sugar, salt, butter, and vanilla extract. You can find a link to the written recipe in the description below. First, you need to separate your eggs. For this recipe, you need 150 grams of egg whites, which will be from about 5 eggs. It's really important that no egg yolk gets into the whites because even a small bit can prevent the meringue from whipping up properly. After you separate the eggs, weigh them into a metal bowl. It's also really important to make sure all the bowls and utensils are clean and free of grease as well. Now that you have your egg whites, weigh out 300 grams of sugar into the same bowl. I always use a scale to measure everything because it's a lot more accurate and I find it easier. And a bonus, there are less dishes to clean up when you don't use measuring cups. And then finally to this bowl, after your sugar is in, you can also add your salt. I'm using kosher salt here, about a teaspoon. Now over on the stove, you'll need a pot filled with a small amount of simmering water. You're going to gently cook the egg whites using the steam. Make sure the egg whites and sugar are well combined, then place the bowl over the simmering water. The idea here is to use only steam to cook the egg whites, so you want to make sure the bottom of the bowl isn't touching the water. Use a rubber spatula to continuously but gently stir the mixture, and make sure to scrape the sides so that you don't end up with any stray sugar crystals. You're going to cook this mixture to 160 degrees Fahrenheit, which shouldn't take much longer than about 5 minutes. If you don't have a thermometer, that's okay. You can just cook it until the sugar is dissolved, and you would test that by rubbing a bit between your fingers. If you don't feel any granules of sugar anymore, you're good to go. But for food safety purposes, it is better to cook the mixture to 160 degrees. As the egg whites cook, they're going to become thinner and looser and also more opaque. Now this next step is optional, but I always like to strain the egg whites. This gets rid of any of the chalazi, those little strings that hold the yolk in place when it's inside the egg. There's nothing wrong with eating them, but sometimes they don't really break apart in the cooking and whipping process, and it's kind of gross to find one in your buttercream, so straining will prevent that. Next, put the bowl on your mixer and put on the whisk attachment. You're going to whip this on high speed until the meringue forms stiff peaks and is cool to the touch. You'll see that the meringue increases in volume and turns super white and glossy. It should look like a really thick marshmallow fluff. You could also do this with an electric hand mixer. It's just going to take a little bit longer than if you have a stand mixer. I wouldn't recommend trying to do this by hand unless you want your arm to fall off. When the meringue is finished, it should hold a stiff peak just like this. You can see how it's not falling over at all, no matter which way I hold the whisk. The meringue also needs to cool down to at least 90 degrees Fahrenheit, but it would be better to go a little bit below that because that is the temperature at which butter melts. If it still feels warm to the touch, keep whipping until it cools down. At this point, your butter should also be room temperature, about 68 degrees Fahrenheit. It should be soft enough that you can leave an imprint, but it still holds its shape. If the meringue and the butter are both at the proper temperatures, you can begin adding your butter, about a tablespoon or so at a time, into the meringue, with the mixer running on low speed. You want to add the butter in gradually, so wait until each tablespoon mixes in before adding the next. You'll see that the meringue is starting to deflate as soon as you add the butter, but that's okay, don't worry, everything will come together in the end. Now, if you have all of your butter in and it still doesn't look quite right, don't panic. This is totally normal. You most likely just need to keep mixing for a few minutes longer. You can see that this buttercream looked a little bit curdled. It was just a little bit cold still and everything wasn't quite mixed. But after a few extra minutes of mixing, the buttercream starts to smooth out. Once the buttercream is smooth and mixed, you can go ahead and add in your vanilla extract. It's also a good idea to scrape down the sides of the bowl and mix one more time just to make sure that there aren't any stray bits of meringue that didn't get mixed in. At this point, your buttercream is ready to use. You can use it to frost a cake or pipe decorations, although there are a few other things you can do if you'd like to change the consistency a bit. If you want to make sure the buttercream is just perfectly smooth, you'll want to mix it on low with a paddle attachment for several minutes, and this is going to knock out any large air bubbles and give you a smoother finish. You can also gently heat the buttercream, and this will give you a looser consistency that I usually find to be better for frosting cakes because it'll give you that perfectly smooth finish. Alright, so if you have any questions about making Swiss meringue buttercream, you can leave those in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing to my channel for more cake decorating tips and tutorials.